All right, y'all, let me see you bobbing and weaving. Calling out around the world, are you ready for a brand new beat? Summer is here and the time is right for dancing in the street. They're dancing in Chicago and my hometown, down in New Orleans, in New York City. All we need is music, sweet music. There'll be music everywhere. They'll be singing and swaying and records playing, dancing in the street. Oh, it doesn't matter what you wear, just as long as you are there. So come on, every guy, grab a girl. Everywhere around the world they'll be dancing. They're dancing in the street. This is an invitation across the nation, a chance for folks to meet. They'll be laughing and singing and records playing. They're dancing in the street. Philadelphia, PA, Atlanta and DC now. Don't forget the Motor City. All we need is music, sweet music. There'll be music everywhere. They'll be singing and swaying and records playing, dancing in the street. Oh, it doesn't matter what you wear, just as long as you are there. So come on, every guy, grab a girl. Everywhere around the world they're dancing. They're dancing in the street. Way down in LA, every day they're dancing in the street. Let's form a big long line, get in time, they're dancing in the street. Across the ocean blue, me and you, we're dancing in the street. Yeah.
All right, give it up for JoAnn,
Thank you.
y'all.
Thank you kindly.
I was kind of scrolling through the pictures as you were singing, and folks was jamming. They was feeling that. They were feeling
See,
that.
that's why I really love having little spotlights on the side, because that's where my energy comes from,
Yeah,
doing this on Zoom. So I'm glad to know that they
yeah.
were enjoying it.
Well,
Thank you.
that was a good start to us getting to know JoAnn Smith a little better.
Thank you.
So, you know what? Tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us, where you're from, where you're living now. Where
Okay.
you at, girl?
All right. So I'm originally from Louisiana, New Orleans, Slidell area. I lived in Pontiac, Michigan for 8 years. I went to junior high, high school, and college in that area. And then I moved to Dallas, Texas, stayed there for 15 years, and then I've been here in Atlanta since 1994. Hence the gray hair, long time, long time. Long time. And so right
Uh-oh.
now I live in Marietta, and I attend North Smyrna congregation.
Okay, don't be blaming Atlanta on that gray hair. Come on.
Girl, I'm just telling you all those years. Junior high, high school, college, Dallas, yeah.
All right, nice. So you're in Atlanta. So y'all friends in Atlanta, you may run across JoAnn somewhere. And a little bit about your family. Anybody you want to say hi to? What's
Well,
the deal?
I am the youngest of 12 children. We have 7 girls, and I'm the 7th girl. And we have 5 boys in the family. And I would like to shout out my older sister, who I call the number 1 girl, which we all treat her like she's the boss of all of us. Her name is Doris. I know they're on, but listening from New Orleans.
All
And so I
right.
want to send a big shout out to her. Out of the 12 of us, only myself and two other sisters are in the truth, but their children are in the truth as well. So I want to shout out to my older sister Doris, my sister Peggy in Michigan, if she's on, and then my nieces Terry and Tisha, and my great nieces Raquel, Ashley, Kennedy, and Khalil, and also my nephew Demetrius and my niece Melissa, if they are listening. They're also in Michigan.
All right, all right. Well, I know that they appreciate, your talent. I can imagine when y'all get together, you probably got the mic in your hand and entertaining everybody. At least
Girl,
I would have you doing that if it was me.
listen, if they don't tell me to stop singing Route 66 so much, my older sister always say, "You gonna sing that old 66 song again?"
So, did you come from a musical family? Is your family musical? Did they encourage you to pursue your talent? How did that come about?
Well, unfortunately, I really didn't get a chance to know my dad, my biological father. I was raised with a stepfather, but he was a musician. He was a guitar player and a blues singer. And my oldest brother told me stories about him all the time of how he traveled around with a band and they played all the time. And I did talk to him, and he told me he was playing piano now. But I have a brother that sings. But other than that, no. As a matter of fact, my mother did not want me to sing. Though she had never been, in that business or anything like that. She just thought it was something that was gonna either create something bad for me, I would get into something bad. And it was not until I went on the road with Johnny Taylor at 21 when I called her and said, "How did you know it's crazy out here?" So I really appreciate her protecting me as I was younger than to let me go out there like that. Because I had a chance to sing backup with Smokey Robinson when I was 16, and she would not sign.
Whoa.
And yeah, she would not sign. And to this day, I'm grateful that she didn't.
Yeah. It would have been a whole different story
It would
if
be a
that's
whole
what you
different
did.
story because the stuff that I saw on the road with Johnny Taylor that I was convicted about now not to do at 16, an impressionable age like 16, I would have thought that was a part of it.
Yeah.
I'm sure I
Yeah.
would have thought this is a part of his life, and I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you today. I feel sure of that.
That's something else. So, were you already performing before you came in the truth, just for clarity, or how did that work?
Well, I was raised around the truth. My parents got baptized when I was 8. And so I was always around the truth, but I started singing in the first grade, honey, as Mother Goose. And that applause from Mother Goose, I was like, man, I like this. And so I've been singing since then, really, and kind of sneaking and singing
Yeah.
is what I was doing. When I got caught, of course, I was in big trouble, but I have been singing the whole time. And when I moved away to Dallas, unfortunately, I did kind of step away from the truth. And that's just in all honesty. And so I was doing it full time then with no remorse and anything. But when I moved here to Atlanta, that's when I tried to redevelop my relationship with Jehovah. And so the music took on a different priority in my life at that point.
Wow. Wow. So you may have already mentioned it, Joanne. So tell us exactly how long have you been singing, and then when did it start to become? Because anytime that you get paid for something that you're doing, you become a professional.
Yeah.
At what point in time, did you get into singing as a paid gig as your and as well as your pastime?
Okay, so that was when I was 16. That was in Michigan. There was a gentleman there named Willie Black. He was a promoter. And he took myself and the three Jernigan brothers from high school and formed a jazz band. So he had me sing at 16. I was singing Sad and Doll and Good Morning Heartache. And I don't want to sing that stuff. What? But he groomed us and he taught us and he made us play a certain way. That's how I got the job with Smokey Robinson, was him sitting in the tape. Had my mother sign for it. I wanted to lie about my age. I was like, tell him I'm older. I look it, tell him I'm older. He was like, no, we are doing this legal all the way around because you're going to have to travel and all of this. So, yeah, so my first paid gig started at 16
when I was living in Michigan with a jazz band.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. And you mentioned being a background vocalist for, for Smokey Robinson. And was that your most memorable moment experience that you had in music, or do you have another one?
Okay, I did not get the job with Smokey Robinson because my mother wouldn't
Didn't get the
sing. I
job.
sang, but I was a tailor-made singer. I sang backup with Johnny Taylor,
Johnny.
and that was a pretty memorable moment. But in all honesty, my most memorable moment was singing at the International Convention
Yes.
in the lobby in 2014.
Yes.
Every day I would go home and say, "This is the best free gig I ever did in my life." I mean, that was the most fun and the most rewarding and memorable experience. I got a chance to participate here in Atlanta in the choir in 2019 too, but the one in 2014 and playing in that lobby was really, really special. That's my most memorable musical moment for me.
Wasn't it awesome? It was like being on tour.
Oh my goodness, it was a beautiful thing. I bought, we had to wear black. I finally bought one black dress. My sister said, when you wash that dress, if it just fall to shreds, you can't say nothing. Because, girl, every night I was coming home, washing out that dress, hanging it up, putting it in the car for the next day. I mean, I should have wore that dress tonight, as a
You
matter of
should have
fact.
wore that dress
I should
tonight.
have wore that dress because it held up. It held up.
That's an experience you'll never forget. I
I
know.
never, never.
And I know that you mentioned about opening for even the staple
The
singers.
Staple Singers, Pieces of a Dream, open for Norman Connors. Um, those are probably the biggest names. Pieces of a Dream was the first band that I opened for, and
I
that was in
love them.
Dallas. I do too. I do too. And then I opened for Norman Connors since I've been here in Georgia. Yeah, so it was good. And Staple Singers was in Dallas too.
Wow, nice.
It seems like you had a lot of musical experiences, whether they was your most memorable, but it seems like you had a lot of you have a lot of memories that you can fall back on when it comes to music. You mentioned a little bit about this, but can you tell us of some of your personal obstacles that and challenges that you have had to overcome in order to get where you are today? And what I mean by today is with music as well as being a servant of Jehovah.
Well, so one of the personal obstacles, I guess, as far as in my service to Jehovah, was I was formerly married to a non-believer, and so it wasn't that he stood in my way, but just that whole lifestyle. Because when we got together, I wasn't trying to serve Jehovah, and when I did, the change was so drastic that it kind of created a little bit of, just a little bit of roughness. But we got through it, and it's fine. We have a beautiful daughter and three grandchildren from that union. But I have to say that as far as personal obstacles right now, um, for me, when I started back serving Jehovah, one of the things I needed to remember was what I was singing and what I was singing about. And it became even more particular for me after the 2014 convention, because those brothers went through every lyric of every song and said some we could sing that I thought were just great songs and some we couldn't. So now I have to apply that to myself when I'm getting ready to perform. I have to look at all the lyrics. What am I saying? What am I singing about? And as far as any other obstacles, I have my own band, so nothing really stands in the way for me. So I kind of say when, how, who, and what. So it's not really, I have to say, it's not really any challenges right now for me, except, being a female trying to lead some men. You know about that, Lady Coco.
Well,
Trying
speaking
to,
of school,
I have had occasion to say, whose name is on the marquee?
Right, right. When you tell them, look, we gonna play Mr. Magic, and they look at you, they roll their eyes like, not again, not
Look,
again, Coco. And I be like, yeah, we gonna play this again.
listen, I tell them, y'all hope your eyes get stuck like that, because we finna play this.
and trust and believe, she is telling the truth. So, 'cause I have had some experiences with Miss JoAnn. One of those experiences, and I'm just gonna tell this story real quick. Okay.
Oh,
So JoAnn's, she performs down at the juke joint in Atlanta, right?
That's what I'm talking about. But go on.
So yeah, I was there a couple of times. So first time being there, JoAnn, what I really appreciate about her is that she shares the stage. And not only does she share the stage, she comes out to the audience and she makes them feel like, what I'm saying, that they're actually performing with her. So
Oh,
being there that night, she came around and she was getting closer, she was having everybody singing. She was getting closer to the table, you know what I'm saying? And I was trying to hide.
right.
I was trying to hide, you know what I'm saying? So, and actually she ended up giving me the microphone and did sing a little something. She snatched it out of my hand and she kept going. Well,
Yeah.
second time that happened, being there at her show, again, she came around and I got up to go use I was like, I'm just go run and hide to the bathroom. But you hear somebody all the way on the mic, way across the room, say, "Sit down." And I was
I'll be
like,
trying to run.
okay, she tell me to sit down, I'm sit down. But when she up again,
Yeah, I'm get up again. He's so crazy.
but I just love that about you, just how what I'm saying, you just share that with everyone. And that's my most memorable experience, what I'm saying, with you and your personality and when it comes to music. But getting to know you outside of music, not only are you very knowledgeable when it comes to music, but when it comes to business and and productions and putting a show together. So I really appreciate that about you.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
I want to thank you, Lachey, for bringing JoAnn here, to give everybody a chance to get to know her. I feel like, like if you were performing live somewhere, that we'd all want to come to the juke joint and get a little brown.
Yeah.
Enjoy
The friends really support. I mean, I think people like that place in general. It has a certain
It's
ambiance about it,
it's really called the juke joint.
Yeah, Sweet George's Juke Joint. That's the name of it. Sweet George's Juke Joint. Yeah. And it's real cozy in there. The atmosphere is cozy and it's downtown. You don't get a chance to go downtown that often. And it's downtown Atlanta. So people really like going there. So I get really good support there. But I was going to say, when Lachey said it was a good experience, that's how I got my name, the JoAnn Smith Experience. One night I was performing up in Stone Mountain, and this girl came up to me and she said, "Ah, JoAnn Smith, I'm so happy I had this experience." She said, "I'm glad I had the JoAnn Smith experience. I don't care what nobody say. This was the best." Blah, blah, blah. I said, "You know what? Can I use that name? Can I borrow that?" Because I was calling myself something else. So that's exactly how I got the name, the JoAnn Smith Experience, was from a customer. So thank you for saying that about the experience, because it triggered that memory for me too.
Okay, very good. Well, I'm coming to Atlanta. Me and Mo better coming to Atlanta when it's a little less crazy. So, Lachey, I'm putting this on you. I'm putting it on you and Lex. We roll into the juke joint. That,
Well, hopefully they'll be back open by then.
yeah. Okay. Well,
Yeah, they're working on it.
we ain't coming till it's open then.
Okay. We'll keep you posted.
So, some of the comments in the chat. Yolanda Waters said her best party has been with you. So
Oh, girl, let me tell any musician, if you want to get a party started, invite Yolanda Waters there. She will be the first one dancing if she have to do it by herself.
okay,
That girl loves to dance. I love when she's in the room because she gonna always get the party started. So
okay.
thank you, Yolanda. Yeah, we've had lots of fun. Lots of. She's probably been everywhere I played. She's probably been in the audience. Yeah.
Very good. Well, we're looking forward to that. I think you've probably kind of given us a good idea, but like, what kind of singer would you classify yourself as? Are you more R&B? Are you jazz? What's up?
My forte is jazz. That's my lane. I'm a jazz singer, but unless I have a venue that caters to that, I tend to do more R&B because those are the paying gigs around here.
Okay.
In Dallas, there were lots of jazz clubs, so I was doing mostly all jazz. And when I did something R&B, people was like, "Oh, that sounded really good." But it was a lot of jazz opportunities in Dallas. But when I came here, I didn't find that. I do get a chance to sing jazz around here when I do the hotels. I do the Intercontinental and I do the Ritz Carlton. And so I get a chance to do jazz then. But I'm really a jazz singer. Like I said, 16 years old, Willie Black had me singing Satin Doll, and I don't even know who that is and who is what? And so that's really my lane. But I do R&B. I like all kinds of music. I even sing some country and western.
Okay. All right. Now, that's good to be well rounded like that. So,
Yeah.
looking forward to experiencing some of that. Um,
Yes.
So, who are some of your musical influences?
I like Nancy Wilson. I
Yeah.
like Patty Austin. I kind of like those type tones and sounds. I like Jill Scott, Anita Baker. You know, there's so many. I like Bonnie Raitt. I mean, people have different tones to their voices that I like, and then also depends on what I love. Mesa. I mean, she's probably one of my fave.
Girl, oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
I
Well,
love Mesa. One time I was playing an incognito CD, and my husband was like, "When did y'all record that?" I said, "Y'all who?" He said, "Your band." Is that you? I said, "Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss."
Major Brownie
If you
voice.
comparing me to Mesa, give me a kiss. But so I love her. I love her. But I like the versatile jazz singers that are able to, go off into different genres.
Right. Oh, nice, nice. I can't wait to hear you do some serious jazz here.
Okay.
So obviously, we're Jehovah's servants first, but our love of music does not diminish just because of that. So, how do you fit your music in around the truth? I know you're involved in the truth as much as in special privileges and things as much as you can. So, how do you try to work the music in with that?
Well, I regular pioneered for 3 years, and I still was able to do the music. And the good part about having my own band is like I said before, I get to say when. And
Mhm.
so if I have a busy week, if I need to devote my energy to the ministry to work on my time and get things together, then I just don't play. And if I can, then I do. So I set the limits and the parameters around what I'm going to do, when I'm going to do it, and how long I'm going to do it for. So I just my service to Jehovah has to be first. It has to be first because every time I put a mic in my hand, I'm bowing my head asking him to help me remember that I'm his servant. I don't want to do anything or say anything that I knock on somebody's door in the morning and they go, "Weren't you the one that was dropping it low on the stage yesterday?" You know, I want to make sure that I keep myself in check at all times. So that's my first priority is my service to Jehovah. And he knows that every time I try to stop singing, I cannot. I just can't. I've tried and I can't. So I've surrendered. I just want to make sure I'm balanced with it.
Yeah, yeah. I've said it before. I'm gonna say it again. Music is one of the greatest gifts that Jehovah has given to the human family.
I agree.
Very beginning. Music is not going anywhere.
I
Music
agree again.
with us for all eternity. When you look at the scriptures and really look at how he set the sopranos and the baritones and the tenors, the way he set them up, just even to sing at the temple, Jehovah was not playing.
Yeah.
So music is meaningful to him, and so it should be meaningful to us. So don't fight it, girl. Don't be trying to, you know, suppress it. Let it go.
Yeah. I let it go, girl. I had to let it go.
Music is a genuine gift to us, and I really, really appreciate Jehovah for that. Um, yeah, there's just so much going through my mind right now. So you don't have a favorite style of music. You like it all, which is cool.
Yeah.
Now you mentioned the JoAnn Smith Experience, or Lachey
Hmm.
mentioned it first. So tell us how you've enjoyed doing that, or have you been able to do that on Zoom?
Yes. Now, the very first Zoom thing I did back in, when did we go on lockdown? 2020, the first part of 2020. So this I don't know if Angela's on here. This sister called me and at 1 o'clock on a Sunday and said, "It's some friends of mine anniversary this afternoon at 4 o'clock, and we want to surprise them because no, they didn't play anything. We want to surprise them, but we need you to sing." And I was like, at 4 o'clock, it's 3 hours, right? On Zoom, I said, "I don't know. I don't think that's gonna work." I said, "Maybe I can sing one song or something." She's like, "Well," and then her husband in the background said, "JoAnn, if you can't do it, it just can't be done." I said, "Listen, don't be trying to pump me up, putting me under all that pressure. It just can't be done if you can't do it." So he in the background saying that. So I opened up a Zoom and tried to get my keyboard player in on it, but we weren't together. You know how the internet works.
Like
So
that.
I told her, I said, that's not going to work. I'm going to have to just sing the one song. But then I got, I just can't have stuff like that. So I came down here, I went on YouTube, found some music, and actually put together a set. And that's where it started. And after that, somebody else called me to do an anniversary party. And then I started just booking it myself,
Right.
just as myself. So yeah, so I've been doing it the whole time. I mean, I ended up buying equipment for it and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, Zoom was not originally planned for musical presentation, but
Right.
it's more than just a notion just to start singing on Zoom. It don't work like that.
Yes.
There are some things that go into, making you sound right. In fact, I'm gonna talk about that later in the segment that's debuting tonight, but I ain't gonna get into it too much tonight, right now. But you're right. You made the investment, and so now you're ready to roll. People call. You can do, live performances. You can do concerts. You can do private. So that's what a lot of us are doing. So I know that they enjoy what you bring to them. So what's a fun fact about yourself? What's something that would be fun that we wouldn't think of?
You wouldn't think I was in a book.
Oh,
This book, Just Get Serious About Success. This author wrote a book. She's a motivational speaker that I met. I was listening to her, and I gave her a flyer to one of my gigs. And she was like, wait a minute, you work a full-time job at this level at your company like yours, and yet you perform too? So chapter 5 and chapter 20 of this book, I am in there, and she quotes me, and we talk about, how I balanced between an executive assistant type role at the Coca-Cola company and performing. And so that's a little fun fact because every
that
time
is
I
a
took,
fun fact. You didn't even know I was going to ask you anything like that. So I love the way that just popped up.
I
Popped
was
up.
gonna bring it up. I was gonna bring it up because I had the book. I mean, this is a pretty big deal for me. So
Yeah,
yeah.
very good, very good. Um, so if you could, I ask this a lot of our guests. If you could pick a song, obviously we know all the Kingdom songs, the original songs are beautiful. So either that or just a song that you just like that's out there. If you would want to listen to one song for like the rest of your life, what song would it be? Just have fun with it. Don't think too hard.
I think it would be What a Wonderful World.
Okay.
And that is the lullaby that I sing to my 9-month-old grandson. He don't even know it's time to close his eyes until here I see trees of green. And so when he is having his lunch, he look at the trees. I said, "Do you see the trees of green?" And he be looking at me like he actually know what I'm talking about. But it's such a beautiful song because even though we have so much going on and there's so much struggle and we're in these last days and things are critical, thankfully Jehovah said it will be hard to deal with, but not impossible to deal with. And just creation itself speaks to that because some days it's just like I took pictures driving into my neighborhood from all the different color trees, and it really is a wonderful world. It's a wonderful world. I love that song because it points to Jehovah's creation, and the whole premise behind it is just about love. So
Yeah.
that would be my fave.
Well, I'm gonna listen to. I'm not gonna listen to that song the same way again. I'm gonna be thinking about you now when I hear that. Oh, very good. So you know what, Lachey, anything else you want to? By the way, y'all know Michael Johnson with his crazy self.
Oh,
He's
yeah, I was just gonna mention that.
so crazy.
Who?
Mike, if somebody said Kermit wants to know where he can pick up the book you just made reference to. You didn't really give
Oh,
title.
It's written by Donna Satcher. Satcher, the last name is Satchell. Her
Okay.
name is Donna, and Les Brown wrote her forward in here, so you can pick it up on at any on Amazon or any place that you can buy a book.
Okay, very good. Very good. Well,
So she can understand who Kermit is. Kermit is DJ Medge's alter ego. So that's a little friend that shows up every now and then.
Okay.
yeah, don't let's
Okay.
not get him started. Let's not get him started.
So
Uh,
Kermit is, okay?
Somebody just asked in the chat any original song. Oh, that's my other most memorable moment. Yeah, wait, my most memorable moment is realizing that I could write. I said I had to get this old to try to write a song. So I had gotten this music from a pianist here named William Green. And and one day I just said, I should just see what I can do with this. And so I wrote two songs, and Yolanda mentioned it too. I have one called Is Like that I do at my gigs. It's kind of a neo soul funk beat. And
okay.
then I have one called Forever Love, which is kind of Latin, has a little Latin beat. But I was really surprised and amazed that I could write after all these years. I never had tried before. So that was another memorable moment for me.
Be surprised. Now, is are those songs somewhere available that if
Yeah, you can check it out on Reverb Nation. Yeah, Reverb Nation. And I'm going to put my website back up now, the JoAnnSmithExperience.com.
okay?
I took it down during the pandemic because why am I paying for this every month and I'm not even trying to book a gig? So, but I think it's time to put it back up now, and you'll be able to access it there as well.
Because the friends, they're really good about supporting when they know that you have original music and
Yeah.
about going to at least check it out and purchase it, download it, whatever. Take a listen. When I finish, I'm gonna go check it out, girl.
Yeah. And whenever you're trying to find me, the best way to find me is to look for the JoAnn Smith Experience.
Okay. All right.
Because
DJ.
there's a JoAnn Smith that's the CEO of Delta, and she always pop up before me.
All right. Very good. Very good. I appreciate. Did you all appreciate JoAnn's insights? I really appreciated talking with you and getting to know you. There's, it's interesting how there's always a familiar theme that kind of runs, through musicians, vocalists, songwriters. Is you discover talents you didn't know you had, and how the songwriting kind of flows out. So I appreciated a lot of the comments that you said. Now I think that we may have talked long enough. What you think, Lachey? I think we need to.
I'm ready for some experience.
We
You guys are funny.
JoAnn Smith Experience, and so JoAnn is going to grace us with a little mini concert right now. So DJ Project family, we're gonna turn this over to JoAnn Smith. It's all yours, girl.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, Lady Coco and Lachey. All right, so this song right now that I'm about to do, I'm going to do this for all of the sisters in the house. Sister, you've been
know the life's gonna run me around. Well, let me tell you something, sister. Remember your name, no twister. Gonna steal my stuff away, my sister. We sure ain't got a whole lot of time. So shake the ocean, sister. 'Cause honey JoAnn is feeling fine. I love that song. Love, love, love it. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo en perderte, perderte después. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo de perderte, perderte después. Quiero sentir muy cerca, mírame tus ojos, vente junto a mí. Piensa que tal vez mañana yo ya estaré lejos, muy lejos de ti. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo de perderte, perderte después. Quiero sentir muy cerca, mírame tus ojos, verte junto
a mí. Piensa que tal vez mañana yo ya estaré lejos, muy lejos de ti. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo de perderte después. Bésame, bésame. I love that little egg. That's my musicianship. Okay, so one more, if that's okay. I'll do this one for the road. I hope you enjoy it. And if you know you can get up out of your seat. You can get on up. I see you, DJ Lex. I play the street life because there's no place I can go. Street life, it's the only life I know. Street life, and there's 1,000 times to play. Street life, until you play your life away. You let the people see just who you wanna be, and every night you shine just like a superstar. 'Cause how the life is played, a tinted masquerade. You dress, you walk, you talk, you're who you think you are. Street life, you can run away from time. Street life, for a nickel, for a dime. Street life, but you better not get old. Street life, or you're gonna feel the cold. There's always love for sale, a grown-up fairy tale. Prince Charming always smiles behind the silver spoon. And if you keep it young, your song is always sung. Your love will pay your way beneath the silver moon. Street life, street life, street life, yeah, street life. Yeah. Ooh, I see you, Anita. I play the street life because there's no place I can go. Street life, it's the only life I know. Street life, and there's 1,000 times to play. Street life, until you play your life away. Oh! Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Get on down, y'all. There's a party over there, and a party right there. I see you, Kathy. There's a party with Sophie. There's a party over there. Renee partying too. I see you, Bobby. Go ahead, Sister Ward. Cherise, get on down, girl. Rose, jam on Rose. Yolanda, there you are. This is what she do every year. Get it, y'all. Go ahead. Go ahead. Hey, Sean. Go ahead. Sean, you get to dance tonight. You're not working. Street life,
Street light. Oh, street light. Yeah. Hey, Kim. Ooh. Ah, oh, yeah. Mm.
Thank you kindly. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And JoAnn
Thank you.
know how to close out a segment. Let me tell you.
Thank you.
So, is there anything before we let you go? Is there any like upcoming events or whatever that you want to tell us about that maybe we can support you?
Yes, can I share a little video right quick so people can write down some stuff? It's only 19 seconds.
Sure. Go ahead and
Okay.
do it.
If I can get back to the beginning, hold on one second.
Okay.
See, that didn't take long at all.
Okay. Yeah. I was trying to write it down. I was like, oh, this.
I'm going to send it to you. I will send this out to people. I will also put it in the chat if that's okay. That's December 12th, Sunday, December 12th, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm bringing my full band on live, and we're going to do a show, probably the same one you might have seen at Sweet Georgia's Juke Joint, if you've been there before. So I'm looking forward to it. This is my first time trying it with the full band, and I hope everyone can make it. And I want to thank you all. Thank you, DJ Project, for allowing me to be a guest. And thank you for introducing me to the people that I don't know. Lachey, good looking out, my friend. I appreciate you. Lady Coco, it's wonderful, wonderful to know you and have you in my repertoire of friends right now.
We will definitely.
So
Because we may even do a little something together. But
I would love to do that. I would love that.
you never know.
What about the rest of us, Miss JoAnn?
I was coming to you next, DJ Lex, because you the main event, man. It is called
I'm
the
just
DJ
teasing.
Project. You are DJ Lex.
I'm
But
just
no,
teasing.
I want to thank you too. Thank you for everything and for allowing me to be here. I appreciate y'all so much.
Everyone, give it up. Give it up for
Thank you.
JoAnn Smith and the JoAnn Smith Experience, y'all.